Hi, this is Germaine Butler presenting to you the LearnExpress Library Database. LearnExpress Library is a web-based learning aid that provides test preparation for many popular entrance and occupational examinations, practical exercises on many learning skills such as grammar, mathematics, and vocabulary, among others. Also found in the LearnExpress Library Database are ebooks that can be downloaded into a PDF file that can be stored on the user computer for later viewing, or printed for a portable copy for studying at will. LearnExpress Library has been in existence since 1995. LearnExpress Library covers vital learning skills that are needed through elementary through post-secondary education. LearnExpress Library also has practical exercise for many standardized occupational tests used to place employment within a company. There are over 1,000 practical tests and interactive skill-building tutorials at LearnExpress Library. LearnExpress Library can be used at the learner's own pace, and it's a great aid in self-instruction. LearnExpress Library can be accessed through a subscription, usually through a library's online database system. The user must create a login account to access the many functions of LearnExpress Library. LearnExpress requires the following system requirements in order for it to operate efficiently. Shown are the operating systems for Windows XP and Vista and a Mac operating system. Also required with LearnExpress, whether or not the user has a Windows or Mac computer, is Adobe Flash Player in order to play the learning tutorials. Ebooks require to download Adobe Reader version 8 or higher to access the ebooks located on their site. After clicking on the link for LearnExpress, the home page is displayed with a welcome screen, browsing links to access various learning centers, and a login screen to either create an account for new users or access a previously created account for returning users. Notice the learning centers are located on the left side of the screen. Also located on the left side of the screen is the Job and Career Accelerator. This is a relatively new feature of LearnExpress that aids the user in job searching, resume writing, and interview skills. We will explore this feature in depth in a later slide. To the right of the screen is the LearnExpress News that explains all the new features in addition to LearnExpress. Also on the right side of the screen in the bottom half is What Do I Do Now, which has a help center that helps navigate users in LearnExpress, a guided tour with visual images to aid in using the site, browsing links for the learning centers, and also browsing links for a complete list of ebooks found on their site. New users need to create an account with LearnExpress. The form is shown on the left side of the screen. All that is needed is the creation of a username and a password. Also, the user needs to verify the password. An email address can be listed, but it's optional and not required. If the user has already created an account with LearnExpress, the user can log in with the username and password that was created in a previous session. This is shown on the login form on the right side of the screen. Now I'm going to click on one of the learning centers located on the left side of the screen to access the information contained in that learning center. Because there increased use in computer resources and a need for learning many types of computer applications, I chose to use popular software tutorials. So I clicked on the words Popular Software Tutorials. Now what is shown is retrieve information that's found on the popular software tutorials. There are many frequently used computer software programs that are listed. I chose to use Microsoft Word courses because many people often ask for help with Microsoft Word features. There are many versions listed on the Microsoft Word. I chose to use Microsoft Word 2010 because the latest version, and it's also the version used in the computers at my library. By clicking on Microsoft Word 2010, there are options to choose the basic course, the intermediate course, or the advanced course. By clicking on one of the courses and clicking Login to add, the user can add the desired training courses to their learning center titled My Center. This slide shows the occupational practice tests that are located on LearnExpress. To access the many occupational practice tests, you can click on the link on the left side of the home screen on the Learning Center, or click the tab at the top of the screen on the occupational practice test. The next step is to choose the desired occupational practice test and add to the Learning Center. The same steps that you used with the popular software tutorials in the previous screens. You will choose a selection or selection on a specific occupation and click Add to My Center. To access My Center, I click the My Center tab at the top of the page. All the test preparation courses and ebooks that I've added to My Center is displayed. To start taking a test or learn a selected course, I will click the Start button on the right side of the desired test or course. After taking a test, I can go back to this screen to view results from my test. I can also save a test or course until a later date and click the Continue button to restart the test or course at a later time. On the ebooks, I can download ebooks into a PDF file to either save on the computer or print it out from the displayed PDF file. In this slide, I went to My Center and clicked on the course Verbal Ability Practice 1 that I previously added to My Center. The practice test has instructions on taking the test and beginning of the test under instructions. This is also a timed test in which the timer is located at the top of the page under Time Remaining. I can also click Finish the Test Later if I do not have enough time to finish the test, and I could click Score my test at any time. However, the score will take off points for unanswered questions if I select this option before answering all the questions. After taking the test, I can go over skip questions, if any, and answer them, and then view my results at the end of the test to see my score on this particular test. This slide is showing the basic Microsoft Word 2010 tutorial that I added to My Center. Again, this requires Adobe Flash Player to view the tutorial. The red pointer shows the user the feature that is being explained at the time of the tutorial, so the user can follow along. Also on the left side of the screen, the user can select which feature or word he or she wants to learn, and also there is a bookmark section at the bottom of the left hand corner of the screen. This slide is displaying an ebook that I saved to My Center and download into a PDF file. I can save this ebook or print it out using the print features in Adobe Reader file. This is a relatively new feature of LearnExpress Library, the Job and Career Accelerator. This feature is accessible on LearnExpress home page. After clicking on the link, the screen is displayed. The user can search for a job, write my resume, write my cover letter, learn basic computer skills that are helpful in obtaining a job or applying for a job, learn a computer program that are often necessary in job employment, fill out a job application, or explore careers. There is also a tutorial that provides navigational tips in a Job and Career Accelerator. This slide is showing the basic job search on the Job and Career Accelerator. The user can type in a job title, skill, or company name. Optional keywords to narrow the search category are the user's city, state, or zip, and approximate miles to the location. The user can search for jobs, internships, schools, programs, training, scholarships, and fellowship aids within this screen. This slide is showing the feature Write My Resume. The Resume Builder helps the user name their resume and answer questions in order for them to fill out the appropriate resume that fit their particular occupational and employment history. Located on the left side of the screen are important headers commonly used in resumes. The user can click on a header to build their resume, preview and format their resume before sending it out to desired companies. This is showing tools to get hired links that are located in the Job and Career Accelerator. The user can access helpful tips on job search letters, job applications, effective interview skills to get the job, popular software tutorials that help the user learn software that are commonly used in many workplaces, basic computer and internet skills that are needed, and quick tips to aid in job searching. LearnExpress Library has a library help center that guides the user in using the many features of LearnExpress. The left side of the screen shows the help topics. By clicking on one of the help topics, the user can find the answer on accessing LearnExpress features. The guided tour, which is accessible by clicking on the help topics, accessing LearnExpress Library, shows an interactive tour to LearnExpress and the steps used to navigate the website. This is showing part of the guided tour that shows how to select GED preparation from the tab link at the top of the page. Notice the orange box with instructions that are displayed on top of the screen. LearnExpress Library is just another wonderful learning tool that is encompassed in a database that provides learning skills and practical tests and exercises to facilitate learning and obtaining job qualifications and occupations. LearnExpress Library is a self-paced instructional tool that encourages learning without the intimidation of a time atmosphere. LearnExpress Library covers many topics from elementary to post-secondary learning, as well as entrance test preparation and occupational tests for many jobs.